Sorry for the late start. Power strips.
Like 2 hours.
So we're going to get started regardless here. How's everyone doing today?
Notice how I say that so good?
I'm going to ask the universal sign there.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask Barbara Zavela, was that loud enough? Can all of Modesto hear that? So let's try that one more time with everything we've got. How are you all doing today, Modesto? Modesto's in the GNA house. How do you feel about that? I'm so glad to have networking back in town, right? Barbara, right? I almost forgot your name. So I'd like to thank you all for being here today. Before I turn over to Barbara, I just want to briefly mention something here that we used to be affiliated with an organization that ran an event here. And there were a couple of issues I want to tackle right now so we don't go down that road again and we don't end up losing this venue because we almost were not given this venue. What happened was when we were part of the former organization, a bunch of people came all over Northern California, came to this facility here, went back to the free continental breakfast, which is supposed to be for the patrons of the hotel, ate the free continental breakfast, and then did not pay it forward to the restaurant. Now, I'm looking at all your faces right now, and it's discouraging, isn't it? How do you all feel about that? That's not fair, right? If this was your establishment, how would that make you feel? You'd be losing money, right? And times are tough right now, especially we can't afford to lose a dime right now, right? So what we're asking everyone to do here so we can maintain a great relationship with this facility, please everybody pay it forward to this location here and buy something from the venue. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Elias Melas, and I'm the president and founder of the GNA Networking Association. And again, I'm so proud that you can all be here today. But let's keep this a great place to network and pay it forward to the venue. How do y'all feel about that? I also want to thank, I believe it's Lori Knoll. She's the general manager here at the Clarion Hotel. I want to really thank her for giving us this opportunity. So let's not... Yes, thank you, Lori! I'm going to introduce to you the lead ambassador of the Modesto Central. I got to know where I'm at. So many chapters. The Modesto Central Valley chapter. Please welcome Barbara Zavela. I'm not going to sing. That's okay.
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Are we here?
We're here.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready for Modesto to be part of the GNA. Okay. I want to thank you for being here. We're going to be here every Monday from 11 to 1. Today we're going to be here a little longer because it's the launch, and launches are fun, and we're going to take a little more time than we would normally. I want to thank you all for coming today, for supporting the launch. I know we have a lot of people here from outside the area. So who is here from other than the Modesto area? Stand up. Take a bow. Everybody give them a applause. And how many of you are at a GNA event for the very first time?
Wow.
You guys stand up, and there's so many.
That sounds great. Sounds
So
great.
just go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Sharon Maggio. I'm with Insphere Insurance Solutions, and I put together corporate benefit packages for individuals and self-employed.
And actually, ask them how they heard about the event too.
How did you hear about the event?
Another person in my organization told me. I contacted a Cindy, I don't remember her name.
Chef Cindy?
Chef Cindy.
Chef Cindy.
So I'm excited to get connected.
Thank you.
My name is Mark Davis. I'm a certified massage therapist, and I heard about the event via Facebook.
Cool.
I'm Roy Macy. I'm with Business to Biz Connections. I hold vendor events in the local community area. I was Elias back in January. It's coming up.
Hi, my name is Gloria. I'm with Activity Energy Services. I was invited by
My name's Linda Brown with Downtown Linda Brown with Document Service. And I found out about it
Great.
Barbara Spear, virtual assistant, and I asked Kimmer what's going on these days.
Hi, Hi, I'm Charles Wright. I'm with KW Commercial Real Estate. Heard about it through an email. Yeah.
I'm Rachel. We're one half of the partners. We provide various services, mostly building business, networking, we're also provide and that's what we found out about it.
Okay, Ryan, how did you get here?
I'm Ryan Schilling with Concepts Marketing, do online marketing, social marketing, email marketing, basically outside the box creative marketing. I've been about as well as people started back here. But then I met Elias and then Barbara was the most fun to talk about.
Okay, Cheryl Maxwell, caregiver, and
Hi, I'm Agnes, and I come from Modesto. And Tim invited me, Barbara, you invited me, and I have several other people on Facebook.
you're very popular, everybody invited you. Dale,
I'm Dale Torres. I'm with American Barter Exchange, a local trade company, and I heard about from Barbara and through Facebook as well.
Lynn,
Lynn Talbot-Saul, and I'm a certified money coach. I help people live their dreams by getting their money house in order. And I heard about it from Barbara.
My name is Bridget Eilers, and I'm founder of the Chemo Crew, helping cancer patients going through treatment from a survivor's perspective. And I heard about it from Mark and Facebook.
I'm Mark, I'm a small business coach, but I also work with cancer patients, and I heard about this from T-Bird.
Dina Elliott, volunteer with the American Cancer Society, and business to be announced.
and how did you hear about us?
Oh, Facebook, multiple times.
That's good, we're doing something right then.
My name is Jocelyn. I work financial services and financial planning, and I heard about it from Linda.
Hi, I'm Linda Joy Cash with Legal Shield Legal Services, where we help people not have to worry about the high hourly cost of accessing an attorney and identity theft restoration. From you.
I'm Laura Wilson. I am a certified professional life coach. I do transitions coaching and personal development, and I heard about it from Linda Joy.
And my name is Kendra Ray, and I work for Transamerica Financial Group, and I help people make and save money and plan for retirement. And I actually got introduced to the group from my friend David.
Yay, okay, give everybody a hand. Okay, how many people in the room are GNA experts?
GNA what?
Okay. I know it's easy, but how about coming up and telling us about your journey with GNA and what's going on with your success story?
Yeah, I came across with GNA towards end of February, but the moment I checked out one of the GNA events, it just given me a lot of exposure with my business. Everything that I believe in terms of referral group, it fits in, and I've met a lot of good professional people in this organization. So I encourage you, coming back, you'll see the culture, and it'll fit into you also. Thank you.
You want to say something about GNA?
Yes, come on, Angie.
I can say something about GNA. My introduction to GNA actually was via Barbara back in September, and getting involved with the GNA and meeting Elias and the rest of my friends here, Jim and Sal, Nanya and Pluto, and I mean it goes on because we've got so many chapters now, and I've met a lot of people. I teach golf, so that puts me in a little bit of a particular kind of a niche. But put it this way, for those of you that might be in corporate, I'm there. I can get you ready for a tournament, and you won't feel like you don't know what you're doing. I've also met a couple business partners. We're getting started with a new project, and that all happened through GNA. So meet people, Press the flesh, so to speak, and have fun with it.
Okay, now, I'm going to introduce you to our leadership here in Modesto. That's me. Barbara.
All right.
Bring up Kevin,
Yes.
and Kevin is going to talk to you.
Chit chat. Please welcome Kevin Yates. Well, first and foremost, glad to be here, and I'm glad that all of you have come. This is a great turnout. This is awesome. So I'm going to make sure, I'm not really great at reading scripts, but I'm going to do my best just to make sure I don't forget things to say as I go here. So I'm going to talk about paying it forward. You're going to hear us talk a lot in GNA about paying it forward. And what does it mean, and how do we do it? Well, paying it forward is just basically giving. You know, we're all here to get our businesses to move forward, and you know, we're here for ourselves, but in the process of it, it's very important that we give back. We pay this thing forward. So one of the ways is through what we've got here with the bar and being able to use the place here. Part of the agreement is that we do our best to purchase our lunches here, get some food, get some drinks in order to pay it forward for them lending us the space to hold our meetings here. Paying it forward with each other is important as well too. You know, when we come to these meetings, it's, you know, we want to move our businesses forward, but you really want to come with the mindset of not so much what can I get all the time, but what can I give? You know, we're here to help each other move forward as well. And that's the biggest thing, is giving, right? So we want to pay it forward. If I meet somebody and let's say you're into photography, right? Taking pictures, something like that. And you never know, I might be out and about somewhere one day where somebody tells me how they need a photographer or something, an event or whatever's going on. And if I remember so-and-so is a photographer, guess what? That's the biggest way to pay it forward, is maybe by referring them to that person. We're all here to make connections. Let's pay it forward to each other as well. Also on our GNA Mastermind group page, every Friday, it's kind of like a Pay It Forward type Friday, where we, what do I want to say? Pay It Forward on the GNA Mastermind.
We tactfully remind people to not forget to pay it forward as somebody that can make a difference. If you have a referral for somebody, don't forget to give it to them. That's what we posted online.
Perfect. I couldn't have said it better myself. All right, one-on-ones. When we do one-on-one sessions, that's our time to book appointments, get to know each other, but keeping in mind too that our one-on-ones are times to really to build relationships with each other. We want to take the time to get to know each other. The thing you don't want to do really is hard sell. You don't want to use a one-on-one and just be slamming your business in the other person's face. You know, we know what we're here for, but take time to build a relationship. Get to know about the other person. Get to know not only who they are, but maybe what they need, how you can best help them move themselves forward. In the process, as the relationship builds, as your conversation builds, your session goes, you'll start talking about what you do, right? And then you'll get to put your business and what you're about in there as well. But really look for building a relationship as well, not so much the hard sell. When you call people to set up your one-on-one appointments, if you get a voicemail message, don't just say, "Hi, I'm Bob from so-and-so the other day, call me back, I gotta talk about something with you." Because if you got a message like that, what's the first thing you might think? Probably from somebody who wants to do what? Sell you something? Yeah, so, let them know where you're from, what you're trying to do, what your purpose is, and call me back, let them know what it's about. Again, no hard selling is the biggest thing. Just don't push anything business-wise. You'll be able to talk about that as you go. Let's see, connecting on Facebook and Meetup.com. So everybody obviously knows about GNA from Facebook, it seems, at least the vast majority. So we definitely want to be connecting on Facebook. How many, just to show of hands real quick, how many of you are on Facebook? Like everybody. Okay, perfect. How many of you guys RSVP'd through Facebook for this event? Yeah, awesome. And let's see, anybody created an event on Facebook? All right, cool. So we want everybody to connect on Facebook. We got, the GNA page is on there, the Mastermind page is on there. We're also connect with each other on Facebook as well. look each other up and connect on there. You know, the biggest thing is word of mouth with this. We want to build this place up, build this organization up. And, you know, we can talk about it so much. I can hoot and holler about how great GNA is and da-da-da-da-da, but it only goes so far. You know, people want to hear it from the people who have been there. You know, it carries more weight when people who are involved, who are coming to the meetings, are talking about it themselves as well. So, really using Facebook to help build. And let's see, the website, I'm running all out of order here. Facebook.com/groups/Modesto GNA. That's the GNA page for this group that you can connect on. And tell all your friends about it as well. Invite friends. When you create an event, there's a box up there that comes on there that says you can invite friends. So you just click on that box and then put in the names of all the friends that you want to invite to any one of the meetings. And even after having like a one-on-one, you can also put that on Facebook as well. Just something like, there's a way that you can tag people on there. And you can have something that says, look, I just had the best one-on-one meeting with so-and-so. When you put that name, if they're one of your friends, a pop-up box will come with their name on there. And just hit enter, it'll put their name, it'll tag them. So that post will appear, you guys know about it, it'll appear on their wall, and we can kind of work and go around a little bit more as well. And let's see, Meetup.com as well is one of our pages as well. So if everybody's just RSVPing and talking only on Facebook or registering for the events only on Facebook, nobody's really on the Meetup.com site, then we're going to be falling a little bit short in terms of how many people we can get involved. So we want to use Facebook and Meetup.com to promote our events and to get connected. So Meetup.com is our page is Meetup.com/GNA Sacramento Central Valley. And with that, I think I'm done.
There's one more person that I wanted to mention before we move on, who is also holding a position of reverence in the GNA. That is, as we all know him, T-Bird.
Right.
What is his title?
He is the Regional Director of the Central Valley. I was going to get to that, but that's okay. He's the Regional Director of the Central Valley area. He's also a member of the overall GNA Executive Team as a Vice President. He has some great things he'll talk about in a little bit. Give T-Bird a big round of applause.
Okay, now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the founder of GNA, who is going to speak to us today, and in order to do that, there's a tradition with GNA.
Oh.
He has to be set totally out of order.
She's kicking me out of here. See ya.
All right, and now I will introduce to you the founder of GNA, Elias Melas.
That's okay. Okay, thank you for the warm welcome, Barbara. Thank you, Modesto, for having me in your house. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a big round of applause just for being here. So those of you that have been a part of networking here in the Central Valley know there have been some crazy things that have happened over the last year or so, right? Things have changed, right? But how many of you know how we got to where we're at today? Some of you do, right? How many of you would like to know how we got to where we're at here today? It didn't happen overnight. It's a lot of this and that. How many want to hear that story on how it happened? Okay, wonderful. So, there's a gentleman in this house here today that doesn't know. I'm going to put him on the spot again. Oh, he's already looking. How many of you here know who David Lai is? Woo! Isn't David Lai awesome? Woo! So I'm going to do to you once again like we did a launch event last year in San Jose. David, come on up here and share in the story on how we got here today. Give David a big round of applause. I know. How you doing, man? We're going to cover the story of how networking started here in the Central Valley. And we're going to talk about, first of all, how you and I met. We've done this story several times now, right?
Yeah, I met Elias probably going on 2 years ago in San Jose. I started to network down in San Jose, and then I became part of Successful Thinkers. And I introduced Elias to Successful Thinkers and its kind of philosophy.
Yeah, and I'll touch up on that. Basically, David and I met at a networking event a good friend of mine was running in Campbell. David lives here in Modesto. He saw that event online. Drove all the way to Campbell, which is what, about an hour and a half away or so, hour, 40 minutes or so, right? And I walk into this room, and there are about 4 or 5 regulars sitting on the right side chatting up. You know, little cliques, right? We don't do that at GNA, right? Because we love everybody, right?
Right.
But there was David sitting in the back, all by himself, and I'm naturally attracted to somebody that needs some help, right? That, you know, maybe is brand new and needs help getting into the culture, right? So what did I do? I went and sat right next to David. It was like one of the best things that I ever did. And because of that, we built a relationship. And after the meeting lasted until 8 o'clock. It was from 6 to 8 at night. It was a mastermind event one of my good friends was running years ago. You know, we walked outside. I said, you know, David, I'm running this free leads and referrals group called Trusted Business Associates. This is before the GNA was invented. It was still running some free events. I said, you know what? If you're able to come out here once per month to the Bay Area, I can help you move your business forward. How would you feel about that? Remember what you said, David?
Right.
And David kept coming out. For 1 year that we ran that group, David came out month after month, and I got to know him better. Now, in the meantime, you were looking at getting some networking started here in the Central Valley. So what happened at that point, David?
A group of us started the Successful Thinkers in Stockton and then Modesto and some of the other places.
That's right. You went to Elk Grove, found the leadership up in that area, and brought that organization down to Stockton, down to Modesto. They opened up Manteca, Tracy. The whole Central Valley blew up, right? Remember that, folks? Okay? But then, something else happened at that point.
I introduced you to Successful Thinkers.
You did. That's right.
Go ahead.
Then, the GNA was started before we got involved with this here. So we were running some free nighttime events that we still run in the Bay Area. One is the Interactive Fridays events, or informal event, every second Friday of the month at the Networking Village Hotel in Milpitas. And then we also now have a mastermind we've been running for a year called the GNA Monthly Mastermind. So we were running these 2 nighttime events, and then we were thinking, you know, these leads and referral groups, they're really not working because it's 1 person per industry. How many of you here are involved with a group that has 1 person per industry? Okay, raise your hand. B&I, Latiff, Chambers, right? Referral groups. And some of them can be good, but a lot of times, you know, they are really hard to maintain. Because what happens is if half the group calls in sick, right? Can you replace that person with someone else in the industry? Because what happens, Luda? What happens?
Well, they occupy that category, and you lose the networking opportunity.
I'll be a little bit more blunt. They cry wolf, right? They cry wolf. It's conflict of interest, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like we want to grow the group so we can, you know, help each other out with more leads and referrals, but when more and more people, you know, quote unquote, I hate professionals say this, but flake out at the last minute, you can't replace them, right? So we said there has to be a better way to get people together, right?
Exactly.
So then that's when we turned to David and said, David, how do we get this thing going here in the Bay Area that you're doing here in the Central Valley? Remember that? And what did you do? You introduced me to the right people, right?
Exactly.
Right? So we ended up starting San Jose, we ended up starting Foster City, we ended up starting San Bruno in the Bay Area. After that point, we had a change in the way that we like to do things with the former organization that we were affiliated with. You know, a couple of things that, you know, we really weren't happy about. Number 1, in our group pages, we like to allow our members to, you know, be able to promote their outside events and to promote their business. Only thing we don't want people to do is hard selling their events or their business, right? You're all here to network, right? If we don't know what you do, how can we help you move your business forward, right?
Right.
Right? Does that make sense there? And so another thing they didn't allow at the other group was that you couldn't come up at the very end and mention your outside events and talk about your business. So here we allow those things again as long as you don't hard sell. So at that point we decided to part ways with that organization. Remember that? And then it kind of had a trickle-down effect. Then the entire Central Valley area pretty much, you know, went down the same path. So then David, Remember what happened after this? Remember when this was all happening? Refresh your memory. Remember you called me, you're like, we gotta get a GNA here in Modesto, right? Come give me a hand here, man. Come on, help me out. Remember that? Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, we called you and because there were a couple of people interested in starting GNA. So I connected you with Barbara and with Kevin.
That's right. Don't be there. We're going to help you out here because the GNA is your house also as well. You live in Modesto, right? So this is part of your house, and we're going to take it to the next level, right? So yes, David introduced me to Barbara. Introduced me to. How many of you here know Kimber Sue? Kimber Sue is awesome. She couldn't be here today. She feels terrible about it. It's okay. We'll see you soon, Kimber. Just for the video there. Awesome, awesome people. And then one day, we were talking about this. We're like, I'd love to get this going here, but someone has to step up and run this. But I'm not going to ask somebody, because you don't want to put any pressure or anything, right? What's the most valuable thing to people? Time, right? You can't buy back time, right? It takes time to do this, right? So I was talking with, how many of you here know Timothy L. T-Bird yet? There. We're talking with T-Bird, like, who are we going to find to get this going, right? We put a couple postings out on Facebook, right? Isn't it great? And I was on my laptop, taking care of one of my clients one day. I don't know if you're like me. I have Facebook on in the background all day. So as soon as that little IM window, she's laughing. Debbie Walsh is laughing. I have the little IM window right there, so it pops up, and it was Barbara Zavela. What would it take for me to be a lead ambassador in Modesto? I'm like, I thought you'd never ask. I was like, that's it. That's all it takes, right? Someone steps up, right? So from that point, you remember that day, Barbara? Oh, I do. From that point, I'm like, Barbara, come up here, Barbara. Come on up here, Barbara. Come on up here. Give Barbara a big round of applause. And I was like, Barbara, when are you free to talk? We talked later that same day, and we started talking about it. And here we are. We're back in Modesto. We're so proud to be here to help you all move your business forward and help the communities grow. How do y'all feel about that? Yeah. So David, let's give David a big round of applause. Give Barbara a big round of applause. Okay, so basically I mentioned what the difference is, between the GNA and other groups. Another thing is, we don't charge for our events. I don't feel it within my heart, to charge just to walk in the door. But like I said, the difference is, we allow people to talk about their business, and we also teach people, about the one-on-ones and how to create power partnerships. Who here knows what a power partner is, right? Sal, you know what a power partner is? Come on, Sal, raise your hand here. Sal, I'm going to pick on you again because you came all the way from Philly. Coming up here, Sal. Give Sal a big round of applause. Sal Peters. Last week in Morgan Hill, but Sal here within a week or two is taking over the San Jose chapter as the lead ambassador because I can't do double duty anymore, buddy. I can't run that as a lead. So give Sal a big round of applause for that. What is a power partnership and how can it help you beyond the initial one-on-one with this person?
Sure, power partner you discover on your one-on-one when you listen carefully. The person that you're talking to complements the type of business you're in. As we were talking earlier, if I have a business that offers product to the B2B, business to business, I might be talking to someone who's also in the B2B, business to business type of product. With that, if I'm in let's say I'm in insurance, and then the person I'm talking to is in real estate, those two people could be a great power partner because if I'm in insurance, I'm helping someone who's trying to get an insurance, but they need to connect with someone who they can trust as a realtor. I can bring that person's name up as a realtor. So those are power partners. So we discovered learning about power partner by listening carefully and attending one of the events. That kind of help you educate yourself more into how to build a better relationship to everybody that you to the people that you do your one-on-one. So basically what you're doing here is through the process of one-on-one, you're shopping around or looking who is the best power partner in your organization. Because you're not just going to talk to one person in that one industry. You're going to build a relationship of the best person that you build business with. So build a relationship. So that's about power partner.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Sal. Give Sal a big round of applause. That leads to the very next thing here. The GNA has a motto. For some of our longtime members here, who can tell me what the GNA motto is? I'm going to pick on you, Debbie Walsh. You don't know what the GNA motto is? Oh. Angie Papagiano, who came all the way from the Peninsula area. Belmont, right? So what is the GNA motto, Angie?
How can I help you move your business forward?
That's correct. And Angie here is one of our co-ambassadors for our San Bruno Northern Peninsula chapter. Thank you so much, Angie. That's what it is. What can I do to help you move your business forward? And I'll tell you what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean for us to go around collecting a bunch of business cards and then going to our offices the very next day and picking up our phone, cold calling everyone we just met and trying to hard sell them our business, right? What are we here for? We're here to build a relationship. That means over the course of time, we might do business with each other, or we may never do business with each other. But what can we do? Who can tell me what can we do? Who's new here? That's right. I met you on, what's your name again?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, that's right. We just connected last week. What can we do? We can help each other out in some other...
Referring business to them.
Referring business, exactly, or in some other way, shape, or form. You never know. You can connect people, and that might be a connection to the next step, to the gatekeeper of a major corporation you want to get to, right? So you always want to keep a good relationship with everyone that you meet. So with that being said, and don't get ahead of me here, I want you all to repeat after me. What can I do to help you move your business forward? What can I do to help you move your business forward? Now here's the fun part for the new people, you're going to love this. Now say that to the person on your left. What can I do to help you move your business forward? Now say that to the person on your right. What can I do to help you move your business forward? Give yourself a big round of applause! Okay, so I just want to read the GNA mission statement here that was written. This was even written before we started doing the weekly events, but it applies to the weekly events as well too. We are here to help Northern California business professionals meet their next power partners or clients at no cost or obligation. What makes us truly genuine is that we have no hidden agendas. We are here to sincerely help you from the heart. That's what we're all about, folks. We're here to truly help you. So we hope you feel that you're in the right place there. So, with that being said, how many of you here have heard that the GNA is going through a rapid growth period? You know that too. Mr. Rockland over there, I love that. So, we've been expanding rather rapidly, and it's something, honestly, I never expected it to happen. The way that I work is I don't go out there and I don't force people saying, hey, I want you to start a chapter here, I want you to start one there. We just keep doing what we're doing, and we allow people to see what we do, and they come to us, just like Barbara did. Barbara's like, what can I do to get one started here? T-Bird over there, right, T-Bird? T-Bird's like, we really got to get this going here in Modesto. And David, you too. You guys all came to me. I'm like, wow, all these people from Modesto that I used to hang out with and help out through a previous organization that fell apart out here want help. So naturally, I'm like, hey, we need to do something, right? And that's how the expansion started happening. So, right now, we're currently in San Bruno, we're in San Jose. We launched Morgan Hill early on in January. We launched Fairfield last month, about maybe like 5-6 weeks ago. And this is our latest launch here in Modesto. And the very next launch, some of you know that we're thinking about going to Sacramento. I know we've talked about that with Rick and some other people. But we've had a change of plans on what we're going to do with Sacramento. We want to tackle this a different way. We want to be able to build more momentum in Sacramento. So rather than starting a weekly event in Sacramento, we're going to be starting a GNA monthly mastermind there. And that way, because there's so much networking going on there, right? Right? There's a ton of networking going on in Sacramento. It's a big city, right? Just like San Jose, San Francisco, right? We want to give people the opportunity to come check out our event once per month and have people talk about it. And if they see that they like that event and someone wants to branch off and run a weekly chapter after that, we're happy to make that happen. So how do y'all feel about a mastermind in the capital city? Masterminds are really great, because here's what we do with the masterminds. We run one in Santa Clara and we run it for a year. Basically what we do is we start at the meeting, we allow everyone to introduce themselves, give a brief 30-second intro, tell us who you are, briefly what you do, not a sales pitch, briefly what you do, and then we have an icebreaker question.
I'm
I'm sorry, mine is the sales pitch and the inner business.
I've been working with you for a while. I love you to death. No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. You're better than you think you are. That's okay. We'll talk afterwards. But and that's what we do at the beginning of that meeting there. Then after that, we have one great featured speaker that can speak up to 45 minutes at the mastermind event. Here at the weekly events, we try to limit our speakers to 25 to 30 minutes. Sometimes, if we get something that people want to hear more of, we kind of yeah, I know it's happened sometimes, Rick. It's okay.
I never kept it under 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's been tough. Actually, a few of them lately have been. But it all depends on how the crowd feels. If it's a really interesting topic, I'm not saying that not everybody has interesting because that's people that topic I'm trying to say. But people want to hear more, so we'll kind of let it go a little bit longer if it feels right. But normally they're 25 to 30 minutes. At the mastermind, they're about 45 minutes, and the presentations are of a greater degree there. We try to get some more professional speakers coming in there as well too. And then after the featured speaker at the mastermind event, we have brainstorming and mastermind. Sometimes we'll go around and we'll pass a hat around. You put your business cards in the hat, and we'll draw cards out of the hat until time's up. And the person's name that's drawn, we'll ask them to speak up to 5 minutes in greater detail about their business and how you need help, what you need us to help you with. And then after that, we will open it up to the rest of everybody else for, feedback and how they can help you for 5 more minutes. How do y'all feel about the GNA monthly mastermind structure there? Yeah! We're looking at probably about 6 to 8 weeks, maybe sooner. We're going to get with some people and figure it out, but it should be coming there within about 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, so with that being said, let's see, what else do we have here? So I just want to mention this also as well. If anybody's interested in starting a monthly or weekly GNA chapter in a local city, please come and see myself afterwards, and I'll let you know what needs to be done for that. What we don't want to do, folks, that other organizations have done is really flood the area with multiple chapters. That's what kind of happened here in the Central Valley. When you have one in Stockton, you have one in Antigua, Modesto, Tracy. I mean, I love this area, but the population isn't that big. All those cities combined have less of a population than the city of San Jose. And let me tell you, it's tough getting 40, 50 people in a city that has 1 million people in it. Imagine trying to get that to 5 different events, in 5 different cities in a 30-mile radius with a population of less than 1 million, right? So, we don't want to flood the area there. So what we're looking at doing is having 1, maybe 2 GNA chapters per county. So if you're interested in getting one going, I mean, who here is further on south of 99, down that way, Turlock, and further on south, what's that city? Merced, that's what I had a buddy that lived there, I forgot the city name. Merced. So if anybody is looking to get something started that way, Merced, Fresno, anywhere further up north, come see us afterwards, and then we'll tell you how, we can get that going for you. Okay, so, unfortunately today, how many here know my good friend Eric Richardson? You're probably wondering why he's not here. I have not been able to reach him. I'm hoping everything is okay. I know his grandpa hasn't been feeling well, so he obviously isn't here. That's the reason why. I will find out what's going on and update everybody later on through the group pages, but he's not here to give his charisma and his words of wisdom, right? He's going to be missed today, right? So let's hear it for Eric for the video. For the few people that don't know Eric is the director of the overall GNA, and he's on the executive vice president team, and you'll get to know him more over the course of time. But with that being said, moving right along. Oh, you know what? It's time for the man in purple to come up here again. So I don't know those of you that have been a part of the GNA for a while, for the people that just joined, you may or may not have seen it, we're looking at taking the GNA to a different direction to further help the communities. And this gentleman here I'm going to introduce to you, he came up with a brilliant idea that I fully support he's going to talk about today. So, without further ado, please welcome back the Central Valley GNA Regional Director and the Executive VP of the overall GNA, Timothy L. Burr! There you go!
doing? I see some new faces here from previous networking groups, so I'd like to be able to meet you at some point in time. But anyways, I've been talking with Elias for a while, and we wanted to find out what can we do more for us as GNAers, maybe even for the community. How many of you here belong to a service club like Rotary, Lions, Optimus, Kiwanis? Okay. And what does these service clubs do? They raise local money for the community, for exposure and to find memberships and to do something good. Well, Elias wanted me to try and think about something one night. He says, how can we take this to the next level? I said, well, American Idol's getting ready to come on in about 5 minutes. Yeah. And I do like my American Idol. So I said, give me 2 hours, because Jessica Sanchez, that was the night she sang the Whitney song.
Oh, she's awesome.
Blood out of the water. I said, let me have 2 glasses of wine and watch American Idol, and I will call you at 10 o'clock. And my thought process started flowing. I'm going, okay, why don't we do something that's never been done before? Imagine taking a networking organization, meshing it with a service club. It might sound kind of strange, but imagine GNA becoming a 501(c)(3).
C3.
C3. Never can get it right. Because now we're a foundation, and as people know that have those kind of nonprofits, you can generate big money because it's a total write-off. So we're thinking about doing this. Of course, it's going to take people to help. I was speaking in San Jose about 2 weeks ago, and there was a lady there for the first time. She'd never been to a GNA meeting. Before I finished talking, my cell phone went off. Somebody texted me, and I'm going, do you know this lady? Yeah, she's right there. She goes, I want to be part of it. She's done this already in Arizona. There's one still up and running. But we're going to need help to do it. Elias can't do it by herself. So imagine generating money now where we can actually target a specific charity. Imagine the kind of people that we'll bring into the association. Because you know, some people come here to network. Some people will come because we're doing something to get back to the community. I'll give you an example. Modesto Kiwanis Club does a fundraiser every year at the Galveston. It's a wine tasting event. They gave up the pancake breakfast after 50 some odd years. Too much labor and not enough income. And at this wine tasting event, on their tickets, it says like 50% of the proceeds go to whatever the specific charity is. They say what the charity is going to be. It makes those tickets very easy to sell. They sell out every year. They net about $40,000 off of this event. A lot of service clubs here, you do things like this. So imagine the exposure and the good warm and fuzzy feelings what we're going to do when we're able to target a charity. Get back to the community. You're going to grow your membership. You're going to feel good about it. But it's never been done before. I don't think any networking club group has ever brought these two together. So we're still in the feasibility study. If you have experience, if you would like to learn more, contact with us. Because I really think we can take the networking organization to a whole new level. So
I think it's a great idea. So how would you come up with who you're going to benefit?
The members will submit. So let's say this is the Modesto chapter. And the Modesto members decide they want to do this. So first you have to say, okay, we're going to do the event. Second of all, the members submit a name, a charity. And then I guess we voted on it. And they did this in the Antigua Kiwanis Club when I was president there. And some people submitted stuff, we voted on it, we picked the charity, and all went forward. So that's really how we would do it. It's got to be the whole GNA in this area. You know, San Jose might be those, or there may be one time where we're going to do something massive where all GNA chapters can be part of it. Any other quick questions? Cool. Well, that's where we're looking to go to, but we need feedback from people that understand a lot of the stuff. I understand parts, but not all of it. And I know there's people sitting in this room, they're thinking, you know, this is something that I could do to make this happen.
Can you comment how we will grow our business?
We can't hear you over here.
I want to show share something personal. I work with a charity in Santa Clara and also in Montana. And it gives away food, it gives away all kinds of stuff. It helps people who don't have food, don't have houses, or homelessness. And people in Santa Clara County fight to join this charity and work with it because this creates so much interest. We're already, a lot of us are very, our businesses are very, definitely, honestly, you will see people you've never met before who want to be a part of what you do because you're doing something for your community. That's absolutely true. And that's the other byproduct that was very nice for GNA because it could attract a whole different set of people that would not normally come here. Because we're still in feasibility study. Feasibility study, we need so we can act as a group. Anything else, Elias?
You know, Tiber, I just want to mention, if anybody has any questions, if you don't feel comfortable saying that out loud, please come and see us afterwards, and you're going to be here for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I've got a one-on-one if we get done by 1 o'clock. But I can be found on Facebook. I can't suggest anybody right now. I'm blocked again for the 3rd time, and I didn't even do anything. So just type in Timothy Bird, and you'll see me in my purple suit, and that way we can communicate. Or ask my card, and give me a call.
Yeah, I'll be around. I know there are going to be several questions, but I'll be around. Thank you. Give T-Bird a big round of applause. Wow, we blitzed right through that. It's only like 12:35, right? So on that note, please welcome back your Lead Ambassador of the Modesto GNA chapter, Barbara Zavela, to close out down the meeting with upcoming events and announcements. Barbara!
First, for those of you who haven't been involved in the networking thing like this before, I wanted to tell you about the format. The meeting, we go from 11 to 1. From 11 to 11:30 and from 12:30 to 1 is time for you to mingle and mix and meet people and schedule one-on-ones and stuff like that. From 11:30 to 12:30 is the meeting itself, and the speaker will be within that sometime for about 30 minutes, okay? So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew how that worked. And of course, you order lunch somewhere in there and eat it while the speaker is speaking. The speaker, of course, has to eat some other time. Ambassadors from other GNA chapters, if you would stand. Okay. Sal, you want to tell us which city?
Come on up so the camera can see you.
Yeah, come on up and what day and all that.
Sal Jimawan again from San Jose GNA chapter. I made a little postcard here that kind of tells you a little bit of places, dates, and addresses. So feel free to get one so you don't have to remember it, take notes and stuff. But I'll be creating something for you guys also here in the area. So Sal Jimawan, Wednesday, 11 o'clock at Capitol Expressway in Sonoma Chicken Coop. Thanks.
Allen Expressway.
Allen Expressway. Thanks.
That's all right.
Thanks, Sal.
Thank you.
And again, I'm Angie Papagillan, I'm with the San Bruno chapter for GNA, and we meet on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock at Sherry's Restaurant. It's basically at the intersection of 280. Anybody here know where 280 is? Look at that, you're halfway there, the rest is Sneak Lane. Okay, so you're very welcome to come join us. We're actually in the process of creating our speaker schedule for the next 3 months. So anyone who's a part of our GNA family is welcome to come speak. What we'd like to do is get your contact information and then we'll work out a schedule. So anyone that's interested, come see me afterwards. Thanks.
Speaking of which, I am also scheduling speakers, so anyone who is interested, please contact me. We have Jackie Zaccoli on the schedule for next week. And most of you know Jackie and the kind of networking stuff that she teaches. So I'm sure you're excited about that because I sure am. There are some outside events going on, I'm sure, so we'll have a chance here for you to tell about that. I wanted to tell about one. There's a group called Linking 209. It's a LinkedIn group. And once a month they get together to meet face-to-face. Since they're an online kind of a group, they like to see who they're actually dealing with. So that's coming up on April 23rd. They're meeting in Ripon this month at Pizza Plus. the best pizza in the Central Valley. It says from 7 to 9, Monday the 23rd. Does anyone else have any events coming up they'd like to announce?
I have an event tonight, actually, at the Chili's in Turlock to raise money for the chemo crew. I have flyers. You have to give them a flyer, and they'll donate 15% to the chemo crew to help cancer patients going through treatment.
Great, thank you.
I have Power Up Your Money introductory workshop happening April 25th. That's a Wednesday evening from 6 to 8:30. It's, we're going to serve appetizers, have a little wine, relax, and learn about your emotional relationship with money so that you can solve your money problems.
Great, thank you. Anyone else have any outside events?
I have a vendor event coming up on May 10th in Stockton for local businesses and professionals within the community. It's going to be a big crowd, so if everybody's interested in being a vendor or coming as a networker, meet up.
Great, thank you.
Hi, I am with United Cerebral Palsy, and we are going to be doing Lemonade Day. And Lemonade Day is to teach kids how to be entrepreneurs. And they do their lemonade stand, and they have to collect whatever it is they need to create this lemonade stand. And the proceeds go, a certain percentage go back to UCP, and the rest they can keep. And they can donate to whoever they want, they choose to donate to. And this is going to be happening May 19th. There's going to be, there's little backpacks that they can get, and it's going to be at the Modesto Nuts, and it's going to be on the April, I'm not quite sure.
It's this Saturday, Agnes.
It's Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday the 7th.
The 7th?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
At 11 a.m.
11 Saturday, and you're welcome to go out there and pick up packets of the backpacks if you are interested in either sponsoring a child or working with a child, so.
Anyone else? T-Bird.
Our waitress has everybody's tags, so make sure you pay for your food today. I was here one time, I was ill, I walked out, I came back, I came back at 8:30. They take very good care of us. Make sure you pay, and a nice tip.
Thank you for that reminder, T-Bird. Barbara. Sure.
Is there a minimum attendance here?
I think you had something.
You want me to take that? What do you mean by that? Are there attendance requirements?
Yes.
No, let me, this is something that I want to make really clear. GNA is unlike any other organization that you've been a part of. We're not going to hold it against you if you don't come for a month or two and then you come back. But here's what's going to happen if you're not consistent. People are not going to be consistent getting your referrals. So it's whatever you make of it within your own journey. So no attendance requirements, no lead referral requirements. Now here's the thing. If you're going to give somebody a referral, make sure it's a good quality referral. Because I don't know how many of you have received, I'm going to say this very politely, how many of you have received a crummy lead that's been a waste of your time? You don't have to talk afterwards before you go. I like her already, she's cool. Because, those leads are not only a waste of the person's time that's giving it, it's a waste of the person's time that's getting it. At the same time, the person that's giving a crummy referral is getting what? A bad reputation, right? So you're only going to give good quality referrals in the same way that you would want to receive good quality referrals. So that's the only thing that we ask. We ask no hard selling of the business. Besides that, it's clear. Rick, I love you, man.
I love you too, man. How many people in here have ever done a one-on-one? Better question is, how many people have never done one?
Wow.
So
we'll talk with the other too.
So I just think that maybe I know you talked about it, but maybe you can kind of discuss a little bit how important it is for the journey, because if you're not doing it, nothing's going to happen. Right. Just sitting here is not going to make it work.
That's good point, Rick. You know what? I'll let you know. The one-on-one is where you get to know people. It's not a place to where you want to hard sell your business. Now, if someone asks you what you do at a one-on-one, don't say, no, I don't talk about that. Briefly tell them what you do, but don't go off on a 1 or 2 minute spiel, because I'll tell you, after about 10 seconds, if I ask you what you do on the initial one-on-one, after about 10 seconds of you going off, I'm gonna start tuning out and be like, ew. My eyes are gonna start rolling, right? Everyone's like that, right? So don't do that. Briefly let them know what you do. And then go on and get to know that person, because I'm going to mention one thing that one of our other VPs, who's also running the GNA Women's Mastery. How many of you here have heard of the Genuine Networking Association Women's Mastery Program in the Bay Area? Okay. Those of you in Modesto probably haven't heard about it. We're going to probably launch that sometime here by the end of the year or next year. But the director and creator of the GNA Women's Mastery Program, she's also on the overall executive VP team of the GNA. She likes to call it deep emotional networking, and that's what a one-on-one is to get to know, like, and trust somebody. If you don't feel an emotional connection with someone, is it going to go anywhere? And think of it this way, you're going to call me crazy, I've mentioned this before, but networking and dating are very similar, right? You're not going to sit there and go to a bar, meet somebody, we're in a bar actually, yeah. And I am single too, by the way. I'm 38, I'm single, never been married, no kids, that's pretty sad. That's okay.
Maybe you need to talk to Lynn.
I know, that wins some points, right? At least I'm being honest, right? So, with that being said, you're not going to go into a bar and meet somebody on the first night and then, propose them the next day, get married the following day, start having kids on, Sunday, right? It doesn't work like that. Some people have probably done that. And in small circumstances, it may work, but usually it doesn't work, right? So you take the time, you get to know, like, and trust everyone. Now, if somebody has an immediate need for your product, like let's say that, I meet with Angie and I have an immediate need. I was looking for, Barbara, you're Angie. My peripheral vision was looking at you and I was turning this way. It's just the way you're sitting right there, you have the apron here. Or the napkin there. But anyway, if I have an immediate need for Barbara's business, we have a one-on-one, and I find out she does something that I have an immediate need for, I may just say, Barbara, I really need this. It's unusual that I do business with somebody right away, but I just like your personality, and I need this right away. If that happens, that's okay, but usually it doesn't happen, right? So take your time, get to know people, and I'll let you all know this, that our group pages are very highly moderated. I'm out there a lot. How many of you have seen me out there? Bald head, you can't miss it, right? Okay. I'm not saying I'm all that, but the bald head stands out. If I wasn't blessed with hair, then might as well use it in some way, right? So, we highly moderate our group pages because we want to keep it safe for each and every one of you. We don't want people out there, disturbing the normal flow of those pages. So, when you're out there, treat people with respect in the same way that you would want to be treated. And just for the people here that are on the right page, because in all groups you're going to have a few that aren't going to want to do things the right way, right? For the people that are doing things the right way, we watch people that don't do it the right way, and we protect you from those people, because 1 or 2 people, if we don't look out for that, can really bring down an entire organization, right? So you got my word as the president and founder, I'm watching this for everybody because I want it to be a safe place. How do y'all feel about that? Does that satisfy your...
Yeah, by the way, I just want to let up, Eric's okay.
Where is he?
I'll tell you later.
You guys are my closest friends. I haven't heard from like 5 days, right? Oh well. Alright, anyway. So on that note, does anybody else have any other questions before we close things down? Barbara, it's all yours.
Okay, I will put up the event for Jackie's speaking for our next Monday. Please respond and invite other people. We want to continue to have a good turnout, okay? We want to grow this and help each other, and the more people we have here, the more people that can help each other. So, let's just make Modesto outshine. Modesto, go, go, go.